Hey guys, Jace here with Fresh Tracks. I'm out on a Montana spring bear hunt and I just wanted to run through a few gear items that I think are pretty critical for bear hunting. So these gear items pertain specifically to the method and style of bear hunting that I like to do, which is just get up on a high knob into a spot where I can look over a lot of country and just sit there. If it's good enough, I'll sit there all day if I have to and watch over it until the bears show up. So a few of these gear items make that whole sitting process a lot nicer. The first thing that I want to talk about is this pad I'm sitting on, a butt pad, I guess you can call it. We've been sitting here for probably 4 hours now, and if I didn't have this, I don't know if I could sit here for 4 hours because we're on a rocky ledge. There's rocks, sticks, debris everywhere. This thing makes it a lot more comfortable than just sitting on the bare ground. A little tip I have about these pads. So sometimes you'll see some companies will make a butt pad specific seat that's like nice and small and compact. And if you like really lightweight and small items, then maybe that's the way to do it. But the way I did it, I'm a little bit more comfort orientated. So I actually got one of the long ones that it's a full length mattress size. It's for like backpacking. You could sleep on it. But what I did is I cut it right in half. And as you can see, I got my butt up on this end and my feet with no shoes on down here. So it makes it really nice. Sometimes you can lean it up against a tree, your backpack, and make a little lounge chair out of it, is what I like to think of that. So the next item I want to talk about always comes with me on every bear hunt I go, and that's a tripod. Particularly, one, bears are a lot of fun to watch, so if I find a bear, I'm always pulling out my tripod and throwing a spotting scope on it, or even binoculars. I have my binocular adapter, so if I don't have the spotter on the tripod, I'll throw my binos on, and then it makes things a little easier to glass. If you're gridding something, you can really get tactile with it with the tripod and actually grid out a whole section. And then, like I said, yeah, for filming purposes out of your spotter, you need a tripod, and that's pretty helpful. So watching bears, filming bears, the tripod is a crucial piece for that. This particular tripod is a Surui. I don't know the exact model number. I might say it on here, but they're all pretty similar in this size category. And then I have the Surui VA5 head on it. This head is pretty great for hunting purposes, in my opinion, because it's very small, compact, and lightweight. And it's a pan head, which makes things really easy to glass. You can go left and right, up and down. Whereas ball heads, for hunting purposes, I don't like them because they're a little sloppy, and if you loosen it up too much, your spotter can go the other way. But that's kind of besides the point. This Surui is a Arca Swiss compatible, and so as you can see, we have the Arca Swiss plate on the spotting scope, and I pretty much anything I have that takes base plates for a tripod is Arca. So that's another reason why the Surui head is one of my favorites, because I can run all my gear on this head, whether it be binoculars, spotting scope, and cameras, and now recently rifles. So a lot of people are running Arcas on their rifle, and it makes it pretty sweet for shooting. And we're actually in a spot that it would be very beneficial to shoot off a tripod, because we're on a cliff. So if you need to take a downward shot, or if it was up above us on the ridge across, those uphill shots, you can pretty much sit down, have a solid rest, and have this rifle on it go up and down, and it makes it a lot easier, especially in a spot like this where you can't get prone. So shooting off the tripod, glassing from it, it does it all. All right, so the last item I want to talk about is this tarp above us right now. So this piece is actually a new piece. This is my first time actually coming out on a spring bear hunt with it. It's something I've been thinking of the last few seasons, where I've been in many situations where, like, man, I wish I had this. So before Michael and I came out on this trip, I asked him, I was like, do you by chance have a tarp? And he did. So he brought it. I've been packing it with us these last couple days, and you can't go wrong with it. In these spring weather conditions, like you can see today, it's a bluebird day, 80 degrees, hot as heck. So we were able to pitch this tarp up on our glassing perch and keep us in the shade. If we didn't have it and we weren't able to stay in the shade, we wouldn't have been able to sit here. We would have had to keep moving around, finding trees to sit under. And then that would have actually put us at a disadvantage, because anywhere else other than here, we wouldn't be able to see as much from our glassing spot. So being able to stay put with this tarp above us is game changing for finding animals. And then on the other hand, the forecast this week shows thunderstorms coming. So like I mentioned, here in spring in Montana, you can have rain one day and sunshine the next. And that's where this tarp plays both parts. So if it's pouring out rain and we wanted to make sure to sit here and glass all day, we pitch the tarp, stay dry, and keep glassing. So it's a new item that I will now keep in my pack every time I'm out spring bear hunting, because it's absolutely game changing. So I'm always on the search for gear that's going to help keep me in the field longer, help me stay more comfortable in the field, and just be more efficient in the field. And these are the 3 items that come to mind for spring bear. So if you guys want to learn more about them, check them out. We'll have all of them linked in the description. Feel free to go give them a look. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll be packing out of bears. All right, so I got 2 more pieces of gear. I guess you can call them gear. We'll just throw them in this as honorable mentions. First things first, good snacks. Like I said, we've been up here for hours, and we have many more hours potentially if this bear doesn't show up. So eating good makes you stay focused, keeps you entertained, keeps you happy. Good snacks. Second honorable mention is, if you're into reading, bring a book. It's pretty monotonous glassing the same stuff over and over and over again and not seeing something. So sometimes like to go ahead and break it up, say read a few pages, get into the glass around for a bit, read a few pages. So if you like reading, book makes honorable mention. Yes, packed a book in my backpack all the way up here, but sometimes it could be worth it. I mean, so if you're into that, those make my honorable mention list.